Hello everyone, my name is Priya Joda. I'm a yoga instructor and metaphysical healer. So today I'm going to talk about a very powerful breathing exercise that we call the humming bee breath. And studies have been carried out in Sweden which showed that humming increases airflow in the sinuses and the levels of nitric oxide increase like 15 to 20 fold by just humming compared with quiet exhalation. So by breathing through the nose, we harness the various properties of nitric oxide, including its germical, its antiviral, its antibacterial powers. So when we hum, it reduces stress, it induces calmness, it enhances sleep, it lowers heart rate and blood pressure, it produces neurochemicals such as oxytocin, increases lymphatic circulation and melatonin production, it releases endorphins, it creates new neural pathways in the brain. All of these help reduce stress and also promote health and well-being. Now I'm going to show you in a minute like how to do the humming bee exercise. It's a simple exercise you can do if you feel you are coming down with a respiratory infection, sinusitis, or you feel that you're unwell. And you can do it anytime as a preventive measure to help boost immunity. And we associate humming with cheerfulness, and you will notice that it's difficult to hum and feel down at the same time. So we're going to breathe through the nose with the mouth closed and the tip of the tongue meeting just behind the top front teeth. So if you can't breathe through your nose, just unblock the nose. You can unblock the nose by pitching, and then you just do this for like 1 minute. So you hold your breath and you will see that it's going to unblock. Okay. So as you exhale slowly through your nose, you make a sustained like sound, the vibration like okay, and avoid pushing the air out with force. As with everything to do with breathing, this should be done very gently. Now you breathe in gently through your nose, okay, and then now before I show you the exercise, I'm just going to explain to you, like, you know, the sinuses, they are air-filled cavities located around your nose, around your temples and above your eye sockets. So to increase the effect of the exercise, you can just gently massage those areas while doing the exercise. It will help to release any tension as well, okay? And when doing this exercise, the vibrations you might feel will help to like increase, like, you know, air circulation and production of nitric oxide in your nasal, in your sinus cavities as well, okay? And viruses and bacteria, they are spread through contact with contaminated surfaces and also through the air. So our nose is one of the primary lines of defense against airborne, like, you know, the pathogens, okay? It has a very sophisticated system for protecting the whole airway from infection, and one of the key mechanisms involves the production of a chemical called nitric oxide within the nose, okay? So that's why I was talking about nitric oxide before. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about that later on. Now, you know, the current worldwide epidemic of COVID-19 is having like enormous impact, and we need to do our social distancing, you know, hand washing, our general hygiene, and we also need to take care of ourselves with general health measures that support our body's natural immune mechanism. And these include things like getting adequate sleep, managing stress, eating the most healthy diet we can, and just breathing through our nose as much as possible at rest, during exercises, during while you are asleep, anytime. While we can't say for sure that nasal breathing inhibits replication of the COVID-19 virus, it seems prudent to breathe through our nose given its well-known role in general um, immune defense. Okay, and there has been research that has been conducted during the previous coronavirus epidemic, the SARS-CoV um, epidemic. They showed that nitric oxide inhibited the replication of SARS-CoV in a dose-dependent manner, meaning that higher levels had a greater inhibitory effect on the replication of the virus. And when we breathe through the nasal and breathing techniques such as the humming bee sound and particular types of controlled breath holding, they stimulate like increased nitric oxide production. Because the airway, the nasal airways and sinuses are the primary sources of exhaled nitric oxide, nasal breathing concentrates the amount of nitric oxide circulation in the upper airway levels, which greatly it's reduced greatly if we like do the mouth. We stick to the breathing through the nostril. And nasal breathing also makes the nose healthy in other ways. It improves the microbiome hydration, it improves the blood flow, it improves the mucus production, and also nasal breathing improves lung health and oxygenation of the body in so many ways. And the nose helps to filter particular matter that can adversely affect the health of the lungs and also contribute to inflammation. And when we breathe through the nose, it significantly reduces particle deposition in the lungs that occurs during mouth breathing. And also nasal breathing also improves the circulation in the lungs so that the blood is better oxygenated around maybe 10%. And there has also been a study of a patient who had been unable to nose breathe due to chronic sinusitis for a month, and she couldn't breathe, and she was able to achieve a clear nose and breathe easily through the nose after 4 days of intensive humming. And it was like she was doing it 4 times per day, and the effect was due to the increase in nitric oxide produced when that person was humming. And also there's another thing that when you hold your breath, it can also help reduce blocked noses, and it has been shown to increase nitric oxide. So the concentration of nitric oxide in the nasal passages increases after breath holding with voluntary closure of the soft palate. And in cases of nasal obstruction, breath holding after exhalation for up to 30 seconds can reduce also the nasal resistance and the effect loss over time. So one thing I wanted to point out is you need to be very clear that this doesn't claim that either nasal breathing or humming or breath holding are a cure for coronavirus. However, at this time, it makes sense to increase our efforts at self-care for physical and for the psychological health reasons. And also anything we do to increase our personal agency, increases our sense of control, help us feel a little less stressed. And as we know, reducing stress helps our immune system. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in another video. So for now, just take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and stay safe, breathe, and know this too will pass. Okay, thank you very much, and you take good care of yourself. Bye bye.